Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. We are going to just exit the room that we were in at the end of the last video, and as soon as we do that, the game is going to start talking at us. Did you find anything? We learned a bit about Cosmog, like it might be an Ultra Beast or whatever, and if you stress it a lot, it can create Ultra Wormholes, maybe to run away or something? Yeah, just vanishing into another dimension whenever you're upset. I wish I had that power. If you stress it, if you heard it, is that what you mean? Was that why she ran away with Cosmog? She was always too nice. But we didn't find any sign of it down here. Yeah, Faba probably knew this would be a dead end. Darn. Did he outsmart us? Gladion never really explains anything, eh? Probably thinks it makes him look cool. Should we go after him? We all got into this together. Might as well see it to the end together. Alright, I think we are going to do that. Can I go into the other room now? Let me see if I can actually go into this room now. I can. So he said that there were going to be people in here who beat me up, and there's nobody in here to beat me up. I'm very disappointed. There are some suspicious looking deleted files. Would you like to look at them? Well, I can't look at them if they're deleted, can I? 2, 5, 7, 11, 18, 44. So you've got some quite extensive research notes in here. BKP Development Record 2. Anti-UB Fighting Lifeform B, Beast Killer. The president has approved the proposed... I feel like we missed a letter there. The president has approved the proposed budget for the development project, so it will be implemented. Okay, nope, not gonna read that again. No, stop. No. Alright, hang on. Yeah, so, like, there's a delay between when the text finishes scrolling out and when the prompt appears, and I keep trying to hit A, thinking that there's gonna be, like, a button prompt, and then it just selects the first one in the list. BKP Development Record number 5. Materials for development have been collected from the Canalive Library in the Sinnoh region. Calling back to that. Plans have been drawn up for the specifications of its type change program known as the RKS system. Hilarious. Work is underway on designing the specifications for similar memories for said system. If nothing else, that is, like, a canon evidence that I pronounce Arceus wrong. I call it Arceus because Arceus sounds dumb, and I'm gonna keep calling it Arceus because that sounds way better. I'm pretty sure the Pokédex 3D calls it Arceus. And there's, I don't know how the anime or any of the movies pronounce it. I assume the anime and movies also pronounce it Arceus, and the pun itself is like Arc, as in highest, as in like the god Pokemon. But, I think that sounds lame, and I'm just gonna keep calling it Arceus. And, there's a couple of additional, like, bits of, like, text and wordplay and that sort of thing that imply one pronunciation that I've seen in the games over the years. Anyway, number 7. Collection of cells of all types for genetic modeling have been completed. Blueprints for the skeletal structure have been approved, and incubation of the bioframe is underway. So it sounds like this little experiment is going well. Number 11. Dummy test of the RKS system program has been completed. Type has been successfully altered with all 18 special memories. Interesting. The transplantation of the RKI system program to models is underway. The BK's official name has been set as type:full. Which is a little bit different than type:null. I think null evolves into full, but I can't remember the details, like if there's some special item that needs to be used on it, or if it needs to know some move, or if it's just like a happiness evolution or something like that. Production of 3 models has been completed. They are identified by serial number 01, serial number 02, and serial number 03. Yes, that is serial. They're in series order. All 3 models rejected the RKS system upon initialization during testing. Shortly after these initialization errors, all 3 models of type:full went berserk. RIP. Last one, BKP Development Record number 44. Models have been fitted with control masks to mitigate the effect of their rejection of the RKS system. Due to the implementation of these control masks, our RKS system initialization tests have failed. All 3 models of type:full, there's 3 of them? Like, 3, like, versions of that Pokemon? Like, 3, like, I don't know, 3 different evolutions or something, or different forms? Anyway, they are to be cryogenically frozen for the rest of eternity. The name of these models have been changed from type:full to type:null. I know that there are, like, there's something where you can, I don't remember if it's more like the Arceus plates or the Genesect drives that allow you to change the type of some capacity of type:null, and I assume it's later evolution. It sounds like that's what that's getting at. It sounds like there's like 3 of them, I think is what I'm trying to read out of that. Anyway, so I just read a lot of text, and I'd like to go back to the video game thingy of just bashing heads together. If I come over here, that's locked. If I come over here, that's also blocked. All right. So let's go back upstairs, and we're just gonna go beat up Faba a second time or something, or I don't know, beat up Wike or something like that, to vent our frustrations and not finding anything useful down here. Let's see. I guess it doesn't have to be Faba. It could be other Ether Foundation employees, because there's, like, no shortage of grunts to fight around here. Even beaten down, old Faba doesn't change, does he? What do we do? Beat whoever stands in our way. What other choice do we have? Fine, fine. We can do that. But you had to say, all the time. Hey, children, I'm afraid Branch Chief Faba has given us orders regarding you three. Now that you've learned of the darkness at the heart of the Ether Paradise, we'll need you all to conveniently disappear. I don't like this plan. I like Hao's plan better. Alright, so we're gonna get into yet another fight here. We've done a lot of fighting down here. I approve. So one of the complaints in general I've had probably with Pokemon games starting in like Gen 7 Plus is that there's just fewer fights in them than there used to be, and to some degree, a lot of the fights that you would see just en route in, like, gens, like, the early generations of Pokemon weren't that interesting. You'd be fighting things that were not very strong, and they wouldn't be very hard. And probably most of the generic fights that you see in this game are a little bit more interesting than they used to be. Do I want to use Earthquake again? I'll use Earthquake again. Sorry, Raichu. And I'm glad that in this area, we're having a lot of fights that are both, like, interesting. Like, most things aren't just dying in one hit. And also, most of the fights that we've had in here, like, there's a lot of them. We're not just, like, having a couple of fights and then we're on to a boss and then we're on our way. I definitely like that about this place. So Anorith is going down, Raichu is going down. I don't gain experience from fighting Raichu, unfortunately. You're gonna use Amnesia, which isn't gonna really help you against me because all my attacks are physical except for Dragon Rage, which I've used Dragon Rage a couple of times, mostly because I wanted to, like, have the chance at paralysis. Dragon Pulse is what you're going to be using. That's probably going to do not as much damage as it would have otherwise. Or you can score a critical hit. That works too. Mostly on the occasions that I have used Dragon Rage, or Dragon Breath or whatever it is, it's been because I want the paralysis chance. And because I don't have any other moves that I could really use against it. Anyway, so you are impressed that we beat you up that handily. Never doubt the power of a Vibrava. When am I evolving, by the way? I gotta check that. That's what you said. That's what you get when you go through the Trials of the Island Challenge. Now you understand. How about you get out of our way? Alright, so they're gonna scram. Thanks, Drago and Vibrava. If I really got my partner better, maybe I'd be able to enjoy the kind of battle you can't afford to lose. Well, it would probably also help admittedly if I didn't keep using Earthquake on you. You might have some better luck if I didn't do that. I know we aren't friends, but I'm glad you two are here. Just we aren't friends. Remember that. That's very important. We're not friends. I remember what you said at the Battle Royal Dome that day, Hal, about how people can achieve more if they do something together. Looks like maybe you were right. So, should I go and heal after this? Wike, young master, are we gonna fight Wike now too? Do you even have Pokemon? I don't know if we've seen you having Pokemon yet. Hal looks very confused. What do you mean, young master? It's been a long time. And hello to you too, Drago and Hal. Please allow me to heal your Pokemon. Oh, that's convenient. What's happening to Lily? Do you know anything? I imagine that she's with the president. Then that's where I'm going. That's all I need to know. The president? That's Miss Lusamine, right? She's a really nice person, so I'm sure she'll listen to us if we explain everything. Yeah, she's real nice, as long as you mean nothing to her. But I'm afraid the doors have been locked. Again? That's not stopping me. Yeah, just let me go and use, like, I don't know, Earthquake or, like, Dark Lariat or something on the doors, and I'm sure they'll just come crashing down. I still can't go this way, can I? This is still, like, no admission beyond this point? Alright. That sucks. So we're gonna go this way, and as far as my team goes, Gon is level 44. I feel like you've got to evolve sometime soon. Hang on, let me just go real check. Check what level Flygon evolves at. Level 45. Do I want to use a rare candy just to get there and so that I can move on to training someone else? I won't do that. I want the evolution to happen after an actual fight, so... I don't know if we're gonna be seeing any more fights before we try and beat up Luzamine. Oh, it looks like we're gonna be seeing more fights. Great. I can make this work. Faba. What naughty children, you should lay your heads down. Alright, how about we don't and we pretend that we did. But I knew that you would struggle onward. I could see through every action you would take. So I knew you would try to reach the president. And that is why I knew I would be able to ambush you here, just in front of the mansion where the president remains and remedy my previous failure. The only reason I let you in the lower floor was to buy time to gather more staff to stop you. Okay, that sounds great, because I need enough experience points for one more level on Vibrava so that I can get that evolution. Well, of course, I am a wonderful branch chief after all. Not really, if you don't know what's going down on the bottom floor. It's kind of your whole job. We didn't even have to ask where the president was, and you just confirmed it for us. So the president is up ahead, huh? Thanks. Now we know where to find Cosmog and Lily. What? Alright, I think the Aether Foundation is going to be on the lookout for a new branch chief after this. I don't think you're going to be keeping your job much longer. Enough! You lot, teach these children a lesson. We don't have time for this. Help me out. Alright, so we're going to go and do another double battle. Is this the first battle of the video? I don't remember. Oh no, it's not the first battle of the video. Because we did the one with the other Ether Grunts at the elevator. Okay, if we're not gonna fight Faba, if we're just gonna fight two Grunts, I'm not gonna talk through this. I'll see you at the end. Gon is so close to a level there. How can this be, to be cornered by mere children? Maybe helping one another out isn't so bad. Drago, how? I'll leave Faba to you. Okay, so we are gonna fight this guy. Enough, I will show you the true power of Brent. Alright, so yeah, we know that. So last line of defense, don't care. You're probably not gonna fare much better against us than you did the last time. So, let's see. I guess I will talk through this one, because this one's like a mini-boss fight. And, let's see. Do I even need healing after that? I don't really think I need healing after that. I think I took a little bit of damage. Vibrava took a little bit of damage from the lava plume from Magmar, but I don't think, aside from that, like, I really took any damage from any of the previous... Anyway, so, it's going to be a Ledian. Of all the things you could have brought to this fight, it had to be a Ledian. Like, you couldn't have picked a weaker Pokemon and a Claydol. So, Foos, do you have a, you do have Rock Slide, so I can hit both of you. I guess Foos is gonna do it. There's some concern about Claydol using, like, special attacks on me, I guess? Wow, okay. I take back what I said. That didn't do a lot of damage. Ledian is not very good, but you stood up to that pretty well. Alright, so Claydol is going to be distracted by the electric type. That's fine. And I'm going to use, I think, Cross Scissor on Claydol. At least assuming that Decidueye doesn't go after it first and take it down with, like, one of those Z grass type moves, which is definitely possible. Alright, Air Slash. I don't think that'll kill a Decidueye. Oh, you flinched, though. That's annoying. I'm gonna go and use Cross Scissor. Wow, okay. That That didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Extrasensory, okay, we are getting out of here. How about Plan C? Bird Brain. Actually, no, Plan C is going to be Loke Vakor. Loke has a water-type move, which should hopefully do a little bit more damage than Cross Scissors did there. Alright. So, oh, I also have the choice specs, so there's that. You're going to use Air Slash on me, that doesn't really matter. Spirit Shackle is aimed at the Lydian. That's going to take the Lydian down. And I'm not going to flinch because I switched stun on this turn. I wasn't going to attack anyway. And Gon is finally going to grow to level 45. And that should do it evolution-wise. So, Extrasensory is going to bring me down to about half. You're going to send in Pupitar. I am going to go and use Choice Specs Bubble Beam on Claydol. And hope that this actually takes you down. I know that Claydol is defensive. Wow, alright. So Decidueye is going to use Z, probably Z Grass-type move. Right? Bloom Doom. I know that I complain about how long these animations take, but I do like the animation of Bloom Doom. Like, look at all those flowers. That's gonna be our backyard in about 3 months. So Pupitar is gonna go down, and I'm sure that Claydol is gonna use another Extrasensory on me, because that's probably the most damage that you can do. It's not gonna kill me. It might come close if it scores a critical hit, but I think I should be able to survive pretty easily, and then we'll just, oh no, you're gonna use Extrasensory on Decidueye? Why? Don't know. Anyway, Decidueye is going down. I mean, Claydol is going down, finally. So, that is gonna go, and, you're down to 2 Pokemon, and your partner in Crumb is down to 0, so it's gonna be 2-on-1 for the rest of this fight. You're gonna send in Hypno. Alright, we saw you earlier. The good news is that you can't put us both to sleep at once, because you do not know Dark Void. At least I assume you don't. I wouldn't put it past Faba to, like... Ow. I wouldn't put it past Faba to, like, hack moves onto his Pokemon for laughs. Alright, so that didn't do very much. Spirit Shackle is probably going to do a lot more. It does have the type advantage, and, alright, indeed, that's going to take Hypno down. You seem to have weaker physical defense than special. And we're going to almost gain another level out of this. So, Bruxish, I can't really do anything to you. I think it's time to switch out. Stroon, I guess I want to give you experience. I'll keep using Dragon Rage if it comes down to it. Episode 42, and we still have the possibility of using Dragon Rage. Alright, so Crunch is going to be a super effective hit on Decidueye. Decidueye is going to go down. And you have Noivern. Is that your last Pokemon, Hal? Oh no, you still have Zoroark, don't you? Oh no, that was Gladion who had Zoroark. So let's go and use Dragon Rage on Bruxish, and I can't wait until I learn a... like Dragon Claw or something like that. Although I suppose I'll have to wait until I actually have claws first. It's kind of important. Oh no, Stroon went down. Alright, sorry Stroon. Who left? Birdbrain? I'll bring in Birdbrain. Pico and Flygon and Gon don't need experience anymore at this point, so I'm gonna try and give it to someone else. Alright, so Dragon Pulse. Is this gonna be enough to take down Bruxish? Is it going to even matter? It is indeed enough to take down Bruxish. Alright. So, you're going to go sit down, and was that your last Pokemon? I kind of wasn't counting. Locust is going to grow to level 42, and we have defeated Brent's Chief Faba. Alright. Here's an impression for you, and he's just going to repeat the scream. Hilarious. Team Skull isn't the only one who's got some funny dialogue around this game. Alright, so Gon is evolving. Alright, so Gon La has gone and evolved into a Flygon. I'm saying the word Gon a lot in various different contexts here. So we're going to add your data to the Pokedex. We're going to fill out this page. We're going to turn the background red. I need to pay a visit to 1, the Pokemon Center, and B, the Name Raider. Yeah, alright, so we're going to go and take that entry in the Pokedex. Are you going to learn a move? You are going to learn a move. Dragon Claw. Okay, we will be learning Dragon Claw. And I said that I was thinking about trying to train this thing as a special attacker because I only have 1 special attacker on this team. But even after evolving, my special attack is not nearly as good as my physical attack. That's like a 20% reduction, so I think I'm just gonna call it, and we're going to be learning Dragon Claw over Dragon Breath and or Dragon Pulse. So that's gonna be a nice feather in our cap there, and I think, oh, there's gonna be plot. Yeah, so you're gonna run off, look for another job after this. I suppose I didn't sign up for this. I want to help save Lily, so I'm going ahead. You don't mind, right? Alright, so I assume you gave us the key, and you don't have, like, a third ulterior motive or anything like that. You've been a big help. I'm gonna catch up with you two later. I've got some errands I need to run. I can't bring myself to like children. Okay, so you're the one who's Dolores Umbridge in this game, not Wike, even though Wike is a little bit more visually similar. So that's nice. Can I leave? I'm gonna go take the elevator all the way back down to the harbor, and I'll be back in a moment. Hello again from the Tourist Bureau. We need to go and edit somebody's name, so we're going to take Gon La and rename him. That wasn't Gon La. All right. You're gonna be renamed, but not now. You're gonna need an evolution of your own before we can rename you. Gon La. I did move to the bottom of my party because switching out people who no longer need experience. So we're going to rename you, and that is gonna be GAAN space LAH space. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna have to delete some spacing. You're gonna be no spaces HAAS. Alright, so we've got ourselves another completed Word of Power, and speaking of the Drain Vitality Shout, I did go and look up if Flygon can learn any draining moves, and the only one it can learn via Move Tutor is Giga Drain. And if I'm gonna do that, I don't know which Move Tutor it is, like which island it can be found on. I don't know if I can do that now or if I'm gonna have to wait until like post-game or something to learn it. I'll do it just for the sake of the name. It's probably not really gonna be a move that sees a lot of use, although to be fair, where do I need to go? Oh, I need to go to Ula Ula to catch the boat. To be fair, I don't have any other grass type moves on this team, and like having something that's just there to take care of like Barboach and Wishcash or something might not be the worst idea ever, but either way, that's gonna have to wait. So back to the Ether Foundation. Alright, so we're gonna go and skip back to this this big old door that went and opened after we beat up the administration. And oh, you guys have been having fun without me. Are we gonna fight Guzma again? You both have to pose before we can continue. There's like an billion Team Skull Thugs in this place. Alright, well, that's fine by me because I'm gonna need the experience to evolve other members of my team still because we still got a couple of them coming up. So the Foundation really was working together with Team Skull. This is like way too mind-blowing to think about right now. Drago, let's knock some skulls together for now. Alright, I like the way you think. So, How is gonna go and challenge that guy. We're gonna have an extremely overhead camera. That jerk Gladian is mad strong, yo. Mommy, who the heck are you? Alright, you're gonna be distracted. We are gonna fight you later on. Or maybe How is just gonna take care of you. I guess that's what's gonna happen. If I come up here, is there gonna be anyone to fight? No, but there's gonna be an item which someone left around. That's a full heal. Alright. And if I go round the other side, is there gonna be someone for us to fight around the other side? Because I believe, looking at the map, this place is symmetric. This is a long walk. See some lovely solar arrays up there. We're gonna fight. Pelipper's wings were all busted up, but now it can fly at last. It makes me so happy to see this. Alright, so you're just gonna be, like, not really paying attention to what's going on around you. I guess that's fine. So we can play with Pelipper. And I see that there's an item off in that corner. and we can go pick this up and see what it's got. That's a full heal. You got even more solar off to the side than I saw earlier. What is down there? I don't know if I can go around there, if I'm gonna have to go like further explore the building to see what's over there. Anyway, I'm gonna need to go and, let's see, fight you. I do have Fusro out in the lead now, so she's gonna be the one getting experience for the next little while. Oh, okay. You're not gonna fight me. I probably should have been tipped off by that, by the fact that there was no shade that came up on the screen. Alright, are we gonna move up? I guess I'll end the video after this, because there have been a lot of fights in this game, in this video, that will have been sped through and probably not take that much time. Alright, Guzma. Oh, are we gonna 2v1 Guzma? That could be fun. Or are we gonna 1v1 Guzma because Gladion is at the end of his line? The hated boss who beats it down and never lets up? Yeah, big bad Guzma is here. I love reading his text in case you haven't been able to figure that out. I did that spoiled little brat a favor and crushed him. Yeah, that was me. You know, I kinda liked you, kid. Leaving home like that and wanting to get stronger and stronger. You had some real guts. Going so far as coming over to Team Skull and rejecting your own mother? That's impressive. Oh, we're doing the thing where, like, we're not sure if he's talking about me or about Gladion, and then, like, Gladion is, like, the angsty version of, alright, I get it, game. Yeah, very, very clever. You little misfits keep getting in my grill like a cloud of smoke that I can't brush away. It's time I put out your fire at the source. Alright, have fun with that, Guzma. So, I am probably going to want to lead with Bird Brain. I probably should have switched things around before getting here, but that's okay. So, you have 4 Pokemon now, which, I guess that's good for me because it means that, Spike's damage will do more damage to more Pokemon, so, yeah, everyone's happy. We're gonna go and start with Fusro, but she's not gonna really stand very long against this thing. Golisopod, you're gonna do that first impression move. I still don't know exactly what that does. It's like Fake Out, but it does more damage, and I don't think it flinches. So you're gonna go and try that. I'm gonna go and pretty much ignore you for a while. Spikes. Let's see, we can go and toss out some spikes. That's gonna be 1 layer of spikes. You're gonna use Razor Shell. Oh yes, that's right. That was the move that you used against me. My defenses went down, which is okay because I'm just gonna do this a second time. You're gonna withdraw. Interesting. Vikavolt is coming on in. This should ensure that I get 3 layers of spikes out. Because actually, you're going to use an electric move on me. I have a ground type. Alright, so I'm going to get 2 layers of spikes out. Birdbrain is going to get some experience. And I'm going to switch into Gon Lahas over here. And Gon doesn't really need the experience, but he's going to be able to get the free switch there. And I'm probably just going to, like, drop a Rock Slide on you, and that's going to do super effective damage. Alright. That, I was hoping that would do more damage. Wow. Alright, fine. So, Bug Buzz. Oh, no. That hurts. Alright, well, I think I might sack off Gon Lahas. I'm sorry. Your inaugural fight as a Flygon is going to mostly involve you chipping away and then allowing someone else to get the experience points. Oh, no, you flinched. Alright, I'll take it. So, we're going to use Rock Slide again, and as long as we don't miss, which we don't, Vikavolt's going down. And we can be down 1 Pokemon. Alright. So, you're going to send in Masquerain. And Masquerain is going to be 4 times weak to Rock. Your Intimidate is going to drop my attack. But you're still 4 times weak to Rock. Oh, you're faster than me? Wow, okay. In that case, I'm sorry, Gon. You at least got to take down one Pokemon as a fully evolved Flygon, so that's nice, I guess. You probably have Air Slash. I probably don't want to put Fusaro out in front for that. Can I paralyze you with Strewn and then just, like... I don't know. I'm gonna bring Bird Brain back. Bird Brain is probably... I feel like I can probably take a hit. Alright, you do have Air Slash. And, wow, alright, Bird Brain went down. Interesting. I might want to bring in the heavy artillery then. You don't really have anything that you can do. Pico... Fire Fang, I guess. We're gonna go use Fire Fang on this here Masquerain. You're gonna use Bug Buzz. That's a neutral hit. But I should have the bulk to be able to... yeah, alright. So that did just over half. But Fire Fang is gonna take you down because Masquerain is made out of paper. And Pico is gonna gain experience, and nobody else is gonna gain experience from that. Alright. Pinsir is coming in. Pinsir is gonna actually take Spikes damage. And... can I actually take you down? Alright, you're gonna be faster. Also, you have Stone Edge. Ow, that's gonna hurt. First row. There is Rock Slide, but that's like my only really good move here. Does anyone have the Eviolite? Did I forget to put the Eviolite on anybody? You still have the Eviolite, which is useless on you now. I should have switched that to probably Foos after this. Alright. We're gonna switch to Strewn, and let me see if I can paralyze you, and then get a Dragon Dance or two under my belt, and then start using Extreme Speed. So you're gonna use Cross Scissor. Alright, I was indeed able to paralyze you, which is good. But I won't be able to probably do the thing that I said where I go and, stack up a bunch of buffs. Storm Throw. That's going to be the end of Strewn, unfortunately. Sorry, Strewn. And... I mean, I guess I could Paraflinch you. Rock Slide. Rock Slide plus Paralysis, I guess, is a viable strategy. We're going to try that. So, we're going to go and drop a Rock Slide on you. And if you flinch from that, great. If you're paralyzed, great. Nope, you're going to use Cross Scissor, which is not very effective, so maybe I should have just switched you in to begin with. But we're going to use Rock Slide again, and I think that should be it for the Pinsir, and the only Pokemon left is going to be Golisopod. Alright, goodbye, Pinsir. Foos is going to gain another level out of this, level 43. I think you are also a level 45 evolution. I remember checking and being surprised at how early you evolved compared to some of the other pseudo-legends. Dragon Claw. Do I think that's better than these moves I already have? So Brick Break and Rock Slide I've been using a lot. Payback I've been using a decent amount, and Crosses are... the main advantage there is going to be Psychic. Maybe not Psychic, because why would I fight a Psychic type? The main advantage here is going to be Grass. And I've got other Pokemon who can deal with Grass, so I think I'm going to get rid of Cross Scissor. Alright, so up next is going to be Golisopod. You switched out. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do the fun shenanigans with like the early exit ability because you withdrew at full health and now you only came back when the rest of your team is dead. So first impression is going to go and hurt a little bit. That was not very effective. That's got to be a bug move, right? Oh, wow. Okay, that was super effective. That did nothing. Holy moly. Am I gonna need to revive somebody? And we avoided that attack. That's gonna be not very effective. It took me down anyway. Should I try and just, like, pedal to the metal, finish you off with Log for Core? Your bug... Bug Water, so Bubble Beam isn't gonna do much, and Twister is, like, awful. Sucker Punch. Okay. That's a 3-hit KO. That's like a 6-hit KO. And you have the priority move. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go heal. Hyper Potion. Unlock for Core. A Moo Moo Milk would have sufficed, but not hurting for healing items at this moment. Hyper Potion and Lugfa Core. You're gonna use Sucker Punch again, and I'm just gonna take you down with one more Twister, and that's gonna be it for Golisopod. All right. So, good game, Guzma. You definitely put up more of a fight than most of the people who I've seen recently, but you still fell to the power of the Dragon Tamer. How come I can't smash you? Because you're fighting someone who really likes their overpowered dragon types. That's why. Anyway, thank you for the lunch money, by the way. And what are you gonna say to that? Guzma, what is wrong with you? Shh. Looks like I got no choice. Go on. Go through. So I think I'm gonna end this off here. Next time, we're gonna be going into the mansion at the end of the Ether Paradise, and we're gonna be, I'm sure, fighting Lucamine, and that's gonna be the main event. Maybe doing some, like, Ultra Beast stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be mostly about Lucamine. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later. Oh, I can't get a camera angle on the mansion from far away? Fine, I'll stand here.